Mic on.
I didn't even put the stream starting soon thing. I just went straight to the live one. Oops. Get over here. Pop the sucker up. Alright. Let's continue on where we were. Okay, gems. We were still trying to do the gems. Shocks inflicted. That has to go on charge staff. Like, we still technically immobilize enemies at the moment. Well, not technically. We do immobilize enemies. But is that better? I'm not really doing skills that give more elemental damage. So that's just 12% elemental damage. I think the shock is definitely going to be better. We can throw this. Oh, I can't throw that down there apparently. Yeah, it would just be this one. And it's the crit, which we don't have a massive amount of crit, period. 14% crit chance. I think I'm going to value the damage over it. But even at that, it's only going to be 12 damage because I'm not using different elemental types of skills. I mean, technically I'm using... I have fire and lightning right now. We can throw that in there because, like, when we electrocute, that goes. That could go hard. There's really nothing else to put in Herald of Ash, and Herald of Ash kind of does its own thing as you kill stuff. Immobilize, 30% lightning resistance. Have a chance to critically hit, that builds up. I don't think I need this one anymore. Yeah, I don't think I need that one. I can put something else on here. Supported attacks gain 30% of damage as extra fire damage against ignited enemies. I am going to be igniting them, so I wonder if that would actually be good for one of these. Supported attacks. Because, like, this is going to ignite shit. Interessante. Alright, I think we need to just go attempt to kill some stuff and see how it plays. Skill gem. Wasn't there shock siphon? I think I'm wearing it. Yeah, right here. Killing a shocked enemy.
Go on.
Alright, so down here, this is lightning. Electrocution buildup, and then 30% increased electrocution buildup and skill speed. Skill speed would be nice. But there's also another one, which is, I believe, this one down here. This is just electrocution buildup, though, and then 20% increased electrocution. I don't think I need electrocution buildup all that much, if I'm being honest. The amount of my shield going down, is that really just from the 3 Dragons helmet? Shield is 64. Oh, it's just because there's 0 0 on that. So it is. It's kind of crazy that my energy shield dropped that much from not having 64 energy shield on there. It's kind of nutty. Alright, let's get another key and let's try it out. We're gonna do a tower. Now I want to try it on something stronger. Let's get this boss and breach one. So now we're just going, we're electrocuting, shocking, and igniting. Have an awesome stream, Mimor. Thank you, honey. Sweet dreams, hon. I like so far. Overwhelmed seems to be working pretty well with this stuff too. Well, it's a harder one to tell if it's actually doing something like really strong, but once I put it on, you can kind of feel it.
No escape.
Chunky says, night night, daddy. Good night, my buddy. Sweet dreams, buddy. If you guys are still hearing me, tell Jaden I said night night too. And baby Cyrus. Shit. Well, whatever that was, kind of one-tapped me. I know my resistances are kind of ass at the moment. I have taken a substantial hit.
What is it?
I might, just might, have to take off of that setup that we did. With the gym.
Speak.
Let's see.
I must.
This one right here. I feel like I lose so. I'm gonna lose a decent chunk of damage though here though. Yep. So I lost like 15k damage. That's a little bit of attack speed, or attacks per second. Oh. I no longer need those. That at least gets us out of the extreme deficit anyway. But I could... I still don't feel like I have enough shield for this, so... I'm running out of options of where to get energy shield from. Like, I think when I replace the boots, I might try to get boots that just have energy shield on them at this point. Because, like, I do plan on replacing these and getting a double-socketed boots. And I might get one that just has pure energy shield on it. I might need it. I was also thinking about this one. And I did global defenses because I felt like 50% global defenses was going to be strong. But I think in hindsight, it's not as strong as I thought it would be. The attribute one is. The attributes one 100% is as strong as I thought it was going to be. But the, I think I might need to get the spirit one. The other thing, I can't take a Chaos Inoculation until I get a new Mana Flask, because it would just kill me. I don't know, now that I can put those 2 points kind of anywhere, it's becoming a pain in the ass. Now that we're going with actual shock, though, like we have shock, and we have electrocution, so like we could go with something that actually amps up those two. Shock, electrocution, ignite. We are shocking and electrocuting and igniting things just fine at the moment with the build. This is one of those things where I don't exactly know how we should knock this out, right? Now going all the way up here really seems like it's a burn in points. We have 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 5 right there. I'm just thinking, like, this would be good for build up, electrocution damage, and skill speed right there. There is this one right here in the middle, too. Chance to shock, magnitude of shocks, shocked enemies. Because 5 points doesn't get me across the finish line here, because these are 5. If we were to get all the way up to here, though, we could get this thing right here allocated onto our neck and still get the attributes without having to do that circle. And then potentially we could do that circle elsewhere. The only thing is I need to have like a really large fucking one in order to get... I think you can get both of these if you have one that's really large. Let's I want to look into that actually. Well, I don't... I probably shouldn't, just because of the resistances, right? I don't think the resistances are going to be what we want. So the small one we want to keep. It's not going to help us with our current predicament down here, because if I put that in there... I mean, melee strike damage isn't bad. And this one over here too. Okay, well that's obviously not the one that we're aiming for. And see, that's too big. Which that one is very large, and this one's medium. So I think you need the one that's And it's always like every single time I do this, I need the one that's in between these fucking things. Like this one right here we're keeping just because it does give us the option to use this thing up here to get this. Like that's proven. So we keep that one. But then there should be a... Because this is very large ring and medium ring. Oh, let's pull it up real quick. Shoop. Metamorphosis diamond. Search. Very large. Very small. Medium. Is there like a large or medium? So it's actually that the very large is too big, and then obviously the medium is just shy, so we need the one that's in between these two. There's medium and very large, so either there's a medium large or there's a just large, and that's what we need to look for. We can search, we can do a better job of this. Let's just go here. Medium large would be the one that's in between it, right? So there's very large, no, passive and large ring. So there's a large ring, there's a medium large ring. Why do they have to make it so damn difficult to know, right? Because a large ring is pretty dang close. Medium is like right there shy of it though. So I would think medium large would have to be the next one, right? Medium and a medium large ring. Oh damn. Why did these just skyrocket? Well, damn. Oh snap. I didn't flip this thing over here. I saw your message, but I didn't see it on my multi-stream chat. It says, what exactly are you doing? Currently, I'm trying to fine-tune a new idea for a build that I kind of started falling into. And one of the things I wanted to try to do is get more of my points back. So currently what I'm trying to do is there is this jewel socket down here. And there's these jewels that allow you to put them in there that allow you anything within this ring. I can select it without it being connected. So if I can get one that can get these big nodes, the proficiency one and the falcon technique, I then can like spend these other nodes where it says like 2% increased attack speed on something that's better than that, right? Because like the attack speed's great, but there's some that are just like this one right here is 3 points to get, what is it, 16% attack skill speed. And then down here there's another one where if I have 4 points I can get I another 16 to 19 attack speed, stuff like that. So that's currently what I'm trying to look into. But it looks like as I was searching for the correct size one for this thing, somebody bought out all the cheap ones on here. Like, and they reposted them because there was one for 40, or there was like 2 for 40 and a 60 exalted one. And now they're all like 160 exalts, which I believe I have, but I don't know if I should. The reason, mainly the reason why is because it gives you a reduction in all elemental resistance, and right now I don't have very good elemental resistances, which is my current predicament. I did change out all of my gems up here to non-elemental resistances, except for this one, which is lightning, to give me a little bit of lightning on it. But I did that so that I can get more spirit, because my spirit is off of my chest piece. So yeah, that's currently what I am attempting to do. What's the build? It looks like bread and butter stat stacker. What's different? What's the main skill you're using? So I was using 3 dragons, and now obviously I'm using a stat stacker helmet. But when I started playing around with the stat stacker, like, I'm still obviously working up towards that, and I have a lot of optimization stuff, but I'm using Tempest Flurry. My generation for CC stuff is Electrocution, which I wasn't doing that before. I had some Electrocution stuff when I was doing the 3 Dragons helmet, but now I am just using Electrocution as my main builder for charges. And then I wasn't using Shock as often. I was using Shock just to proc Herald of Thunder, but I was proccing it off of my Herald of Ice, because the 3 Dragons helmet makes your Herald of Ice shatters ignite enemies. And so the fire damage from the ignite shock things with the 3 Dragons helmet. So I was able to shock things by shattering and igniting things. It's all ass backwards when you're using. But ultimately, I was checking a couple different things out, and I was trying to, I was looking at Ice Strike, and I decided to try it without having ice at all. So I put Herald of Ash back on, so I'm igniting, so I have a lightning fire build currently. And I'm just trying to fine tune it, because when I used 3 dragons, all of the stuff was like ass backwards. You know, because my lightning did freezes, my ice did ignites, and my fire did shock, right? So I had to play around with it to make it optimized to play it, and it was fine. It's great. I love the 3 dragons, but the thing I was running into is the 3 dragons has limited range. It doesn't actually increase your damage; it just changes your damaging types, right? So that was my main thing, is like, it wasn't actually giving me an increase in damage. It was just changing my damage types from my primary damage to a different source, which helped me do more damage in the long scheme of things, but it wasn't actually amping up any of the damage I was doing. And I was doing relatively good damage, and I was pretty fast with it too. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of everything I'm trying to work on now. Currently, like I said, I was having a gem in the socket up here so that I could get spaghettification for the attribute stack, but it makes me lose a ton of resistances. So now I'm trying to see if I can go up here, and if I can get to pure power, if I can get all the way up here to pure power, then I can allocate spedification onto my amulet and then kind of go from there, you know? I had a fun idea, not necessarily stat stacker, but 22 rage on hit, minus 10 max rage, hate forge with serpent's amulet using falling thunder with 10 power charges. Falling thunder is a phenomenal ability. I forgot about it. I had falling thunder when I first started leveling, and then I kind of put it away and forgot about it. And then once when you're leveling, you don't realize the power of power charges, because they didn't exist back then when you're leveling anyway. But once I got power charges and I went back to it, I actually used Falling Thunder for a good chunk of time, just because like it would obliterate the map. It's because you send out 2 of those lightning shocks on the floor per charge, and if you have 7 charges, you're sending out 14 of them. And then there was when I used it, I actually had, I think it was these ones down here. Like Tremors works on it because it's technically a slam. And then this one right here, ancestrally boosted. So you can increase the damage by 20% and the area of effect by 20% for 6 seconds on it. And then because I was using the 3 Dragons helmet, Falling Thunder, since it was doing lightning damage, Falling Thunder could proc itself multiple times because I gave it the perpetual charge socket thing, so it could proc itself freely multiple times. And then on top of that, it would freeze enemies, which would give you charges anyway, so you could sit there and just like spam the hell out of it. It was actually a pretty cool build. I might go to that at some point or mess around with it. The Rage, though, the Rage is something I'm definitely looking into. I actually have some Rage that I generate right now. Where is it at? Or I did. I might have taken the Rage one out. Yeah, I think I actually took the Rage one out. I do have Rage on my bell. Font of Rage. Yeah, my only problem right now with the prototype of the build is survivability. But if the math is right and every projectile counts as a separate hit, it should be doing over 80 million damage. That sounds nuts. Because 10 power charges is 30 projectiles from Falling Thunder. How are you getting 10 power charges? Just something I thought I'd share. How are you getting 10 power charges, though? Like, you can get 7 from the tree. Where's the other 3 coming from? But, I mean, it sounds like the build is pretty tight. Falling Thunder would be a good spender for like mass AoE if I wasn't trying to use Charge Staff with this build. I should refocus in here. So I have 5 points. I can almost get all the way back up there. Am I gonna reach any breakpoints with any of this crap? I don't think so. So I need 3 more points to get up there. If I were to get up there, then I could put Spedification on my fucking necklace. This is still gonna increase my damage, though. Yep, it did. I mean, of course it did. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't, right? Just something I thought you're right, it's only 9. Helmet +1 from boots, 7 from tree. I thought there was another, maybe I'm misremembering, but it uses power treads to skyrocket damage as well. I didn't know you could get more shards on a helmet. Is it like a helmet and boots? Is it like a unique that you're using that gives it to you? For power charges? Oh, it's a corruption? Boots is unique? What's the boots?
I must meditate.
So you can get a power, just say like +1 power charges on your helmet? Power tread? I wonder if I got that at all. Luminous. I do not have them. I'll have to look into that. And the corruption things, like the different types of corruption, I'm still very much learning that. Like, I didn't even know you could corrupt a jewel and get, like, resistances on your jewels from corrupting them until the other day, until, like, literally yesterday. So, like, slowly figuring out the little, additional layers on some of this that I haven't played with enough. But I'll have to be on the lookout for that. Because currently, I don't take the...
Go on.
I don't take the other two. So, like, the other two power charges, I'm not taking them at the moment just because of how much you have to invest in order to get over there. It would just be a net increase if I could spend it without losing damage somewhere. But right now, I think that in order to gain where I want to get to the pure power and get the specification for my attribute stacking thing that I'm doing, if I could get a gem shard that takes over these things, it would be huge. This is one of those things I'm trying to figure out, like, if there's something that I could, like, let out or let down that wouldn't, like, just wreck my build. I don't think so.
I must meditate.
For now, let's go test this again. Let's go do another waystone and see if there's any other slight iterations to this we can keep making. You could likely get rid of some of your quarterstaff nodes. Which ones are we talking about? These ones over here? Like, these ones right here, I would agree. These two right here, I wish I didn't have to take. But if this one up at the top, the 30% defensiveness, it's just, it's an easy point to take, right? Yeah, these ones, these ones right here definitely don't need. It's just this fucking, the one with river. Because if I take that off right now, I'm going to lose even more defensiveness, right? But where would you get the 30% extra tankiness? That's 3 nodes away, right? That, like, I wouldn't mind not taking it, right? But I need, like, since I swapped out my 3 Dragons helmet to this thing doesn't have any evasion or energy shield on it, so I just straight lost my primary defensive node stuff that I use for some armor. And my armor is already amped up from this over here, where it takes a percentage of my evasion and turns it into armor. But my energy shield is lacking hard. And I'd love to do Chaos Inoculation, but I don't have enough energy shield to pull that off, as well as I have to get a different mana pot. Because this thing will just kill me if I do Chaos Inoculation. Which is my current predicament. Because watch, if I... Let's see, refund passives. If I take that off, I lose 100 shield. I guess 100 shield's not like the end of the world, but it's... I literally just came from a key that I died in, so... And I felt like I died in it because I had negative 25 to chaos. Because I took this over here, which gives you negative 13 to it. Plus, you get negative chaos damage from the jewel thing I was using. So 100 shields, 100 shields not bad in the grand scheme of that. The only question is, what else do I take? Like the attack speed, that's really good. Attack speed, and then right here where it gives you 25 dex. That puts us up here at least, though. That does actually give us the perfect 3. Your cold and lightning res will definitely cause you to die 100%. So, like, I got to a point where I actually, because like when I bought the Regalia initially, it had all 5 that were elemental resistances. 25 elemental resistances was on it. The only reason why I started swapping it out was to actually get my spirit up, to increase the amount of spirit, which I think I could actually go back on that. But if I go back on that, I also lose a crap ton of my defensiveness again, right? And that's really the problem I'm running into. Is I have ways to increase my damage, no problem. I have a billion different things. Like this whole node stack over here is really, really good for attack. Obviously, all the crit ones over here, phenomenal for damage. Down here, the accuracy one is actually really, really good. Attack speed per 250 accuracy, because I have like 6k accuracy. All of the attack power down here is phenomenal, but like my problem right now is defensiveness, right? So Herald nodes are a bit of a trap. Nah, you're talking about this one down here? Because that's definitely not a trap for the lightning one. Because you do just get 50% increased lightning damage. I don't need the other two all that much. I do have Herald of Ash equipped, but I don't do a ton of fire damage. But the Herald of Thunder one it's extremely noticeable when you lose it. Since literally everything I'm doing now is 99% of what I'm doing is lightning damage other than Herald of Ash. And Herald of Ash doesn't require anything except for the overkill stuff, and I overkill it no problem. If you have a POB link, I can quickly give you things to solve your problems. I don't know what a POB link is. But even at that, like, I enjoy trying to figure it out, right? Like, that's part of the enjoyment of the game for me, is trying to screw around with it until I get something that I found to be a good fix for it. So I'm all game for you guys throwing suggestions, but I don't want you just like, oh, well, here's the build, here's the solve type deal, right? Because I feel like then I'm not playing the game. So I'm all game for the suggestions, but like, obviously, like, I know I could just go look up a build, right? I could just go look up a stat stacking lightning build with Tempest Flurry on it. There's a guy named Bert that was the first time I ever saw Tempest Flurry fucking fly across the screen. I didn't even know Tempest Flurry could be your movement until he actually came in and like showed me it in the game, where, because he has like 19 attacks per second. The dude goes flying across the damn screen. He has like a 500 divine build thing going on. But like, I could have just asked him, hey, can you just give me your build and like go to it? But I don't find that that's the funnest portion of it. I feel like at my stage in the game and the little bits and pieces that I've had, try to find the best, you know, solution to it. Which I do just kind of want to try and see if I can just pop these over here. I'm going to take this off of my my neck and put Spedification on there. I think that's a good idea. Maybe? Maybe? And down here with the Herald ones, also the only reason why I have the reservation, because literally the 1 point in reservation gave me the ability to put another 30 node on. Which I recently started using Overwhelming Presence. Mainly, obviously, for the elemental threshold. I feel like it definitely allows me to apply electrocutes and stuff to... electrocutes and shocks to things a lot quicker. Without having to, like, invest nodes into electrocution buildup. I don't have very strong crit. I'm not running the crit build anymore. I do have one node that's the amplifier to the crit. Like, you get 35 damage or something like that. No, I'm not really going for any crit at the moment. I used to, and it was great. I used to have a ton of crit. And I used to go all the way down to, like, Elemental Expression, even though it eats the hell out of your mana. But also, I do want to plan. I plan on going to this down here. Just once I feel like I'm not gonna die. It's ultimately it. I feel very squishy, and that's why I went over here. Because I know that this is phenomenal. But like my crit on my abilities is like 14 right now. I used to take these for increased crit damage. The only crit thing I have is this right here. Which actually I should... That's actually one small optimization I could do. Is refund that 1 point right there from critical hit chance into skill speed. But I did take this 36% increased damage dealt. I hit very fast, reasonably fast. So like you're going to crit no matter what, even if you have low crit chance. There was one thing I needed in order to get this, and I think it's the most expensive one out of all of them, which is the isolation.
Let's try something different.
Because I have the other two. Where's it at? Runes. No, it's not in runes. It was these two. I have fear and despair.
Hey.
I want an isolation. It costs 200 exalts. We're almost there. Let's see. Invoker is pretty good template for crit, which is usually good for monk, but it's up to whatever you want. Well, here's a few suggestions. Drop your herald nodes, drop tenfold attacks, pick up falcon dive, pick up immaterial or enhanced barrier. I have falcon dive. But like my herald nodes do a good amount of damage on their own. I don't know what tenfold attacks is. I need to get a couple more exalts real quick before I can do that. Actually, I might be able to get the last little bit that I need. Let's see, I want exalts. I have. I think actually now I have enough to get that thing. Let's see, currency exchange. Did I pass it? Just went to 1. Let's see. Let me read through all this. Oh, Falcon Dive is the accuracy node. Accuracy equals attack speed. I don't think you had it, but I might be blind. No, you're right. I was confusing that with the other one. I do take it periodically. Alright, I was taking it. Because I do have a decent amount of accuracy in general. Where is it at? Like right now, I had 3,819, and that's without taking like the accuracy nodes around it. As well as there is a 30% increased accuracy spirit node. Spirit skill thing that I was taking. When I was using it, I had like 6,800 or so. So like almost double what I have currently. It is a good node if you have enough accuracy for it, for sure. Yeah, down here. You would get more accuracy from that compared to tenfold attacks. Which one are you talking about? Tenfold attacks. This is the one I actually thought when you said Falcon Dive. Oh, this one? Well, yeah, 100%, but this one, honestly, I had points over here too, which made it something that I was using more. But it's only 3 points. I think I need another point for it, right? At minimum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Well, that's... I have 1 point, but that 1 point saved for the top portion. I do need the 1 point. Just kind of wondering where else could I take a point from. Because, like, I could put it in there, but now I need 1 point for up here. Because this right here, the only reason why it's highlighted is because it's on my neck piece. I actually think my thing went down. Let me double check that. Yeah, apparently it's not currently better. I do more damage with just these 3 nodes than with getting all the accuracy ones. And that still gives me the 1 point for what I was trying to do. So let's check your attacks. I mean, your attack speed is your damage. It's your attacks per second, your damage per second. They do directly reflect each other. I'm getting baited by strength. Oh wait, I missed somebody else's. Do you have a massive ring you can put in the top jewel slot that can give you more points to be able to appoint nodes that aren't connected? Not a massive one. I have a large, I have a medium one, and like a medium small one. I have one that could let me get specification if I put it right there. My problem is my resistances to be able to do that at the moment. For attack speed, sure, but you're forgetting about that there's attack damage right there too, for just the 3 nodes. That's damage wise, it's not. At least with the accuracy I have right now. I do have an accuracy ring that has a hell of a lot more accuracy on it. You have attack damage on the Falcon dive nodes. Yes. Well, I have Falcon. You do. I just showed it to you though. Like there's no, it's not really a debate, right? If I take these out and I put them down here and I spend 4 points instead of 3 points, my damage goes down. Like that is the nature of the case. Yeah, 12.5. It didn't go up like hardly at all. Yeah. It went up 0.3. It went up 0.3 and I lost damage. But yeah, you get the strength here, you get the attack speed, and you get the attack damage. It does work properly. Like I said, this is a great one when you have accuracy to build it up more. The one that actually I think doesn't work right now, and it did before, is this one. Killer Instinct. Because see, it says no skill affected. It used to. But literally when I had this on, it doesn't, like, so watch. If we add this up here, that's going to increase our damage slightly. But see, like 131. Watch, if I put this right here, which when you're at, when you're on full life, you should have 30% increased attack damage. Okay, it's not letting me. Oh, hold on. I gotta take the point out. So let's go ahead and do that. 125. And then if I click on this. Okay, no, that time it worked. Fucking last time I did it, it vanished. Bam. Alright, let me.
Time to refocus.
I need to get the other two. This one and this one. We open this window. It was this one, this one. There we go. We can get that on the neck. I would prefer to get a spirit neck before I did all this, but it's not like a massive investment. Because he should be getting 18 attack speed versus your 7%. I mean, he's only has 3k accuracy at the moment. That's true. So like 16% attack speed, 3k, 250, still more than 7% attack speed. So I don't know how he's losing attack speed. What the fuck is giving him the 6% from being hit? The 6% from that is only if you get hit. So it doesn't give you 6%. So like right now the damage you're seeing isn't the 6% variant of it, right? Alright. We now have specification, which should give us more everything. But first, we have to finish with this process and get that. There we go. See, we jumped up. There we go. We're just gonna die to chaos damage, but there we go. It's either being calculated or Falcon Dive doesn't work. I mean, it works. I can't tell you the actual calculations behind it, but it definitely works. But also, I'm not getting very much from it, right? Because I don't have that much accuracy, right? So I have 39.25 right now. You do get a little bit of accuracy rating increase percentage when you do put it on there. So it does amp it up a little bit, but not nearly enough. And it's 250 per. So what, you're getting 12. So you're getting what? I mean, close to 16. Almost 16 anyway. 16 probably if you get the amped up. 16 attack speed. 16% attack speed anyway. And this one's giving you, has the 4 attack speed on it. So you're getting 7 in total. But the 10's giving you 4% increased overall damage from your strength. Because strength gives me 2% increased damage. Yeah, strength gives me 2% increased damage, as well as the 10 strength also gives me double increased damage on my staff. So that's probably what you're not missing, or you're missing with why it's better, is because I'm getting 10% increased weapon damage per 5 strength, so I'm getting 20% increased weapon damage, and then all the way down here, I'm getting 2% increased damage per 5%, or 5 of my lowest, so I'm getting 4% increase for my strength, because strength is my lowest. So I'm getting 4% increased overall damage, as well as the 20% increased weapon damage, tied in with 7% attack speed and 10% attack damage. All that accumulation currently is beating out just flat 16% attack speed, right? Which, I mean, seems like it probably should.
I must meditate.
Confusing ass shit, though. Basically, your goal is hitting 0.07 attack time rather than getting more strength here. Once you hit the next breakpoint, you go to the moon. You don't reach it by sitting on that node, is what I'm saying. Sitting on what node? Oh, you're still talking about this same node? And like I said, I'm down to change it up, but it's not. This right here isn't going to help me currently. Like this, it makes me weaker at the moment, right? So like if we're talking about like the best build later on or something like that, it doesn't really apply if I'm not capable of doing that kind of a build, right? So I have to do what amps me up the most for right now. So even if that amped me up more later on, it doesn't at the moment, right? Because that's the bad thing about following a build, is that people following build guides are trying to get every piece of the puzzle to just make that specific build work and not just give them the best optimal situation for what they're in, right? And that's why I just enjoy trying to figure it out as I go. Because, I mean, everything I've done so far to change up my build has increased my overall damage It's increased my attack speed from what it was anyway. And then the amplifications that I get, because like obviously this is just pre-amped, I get quite a bit. And I get to be relatively fast with my thing. I was faster. I had 14 attacks per second the other day, but decided to try to be a little more tanky because I was dying. Let's do a tower. I appreciate all the suggestions, though. I love trying to nerd out about it, because I'm in no way proficient at any of this crap. I'm just guessing. I'm guessing and testing. I see all that feels relatively smooth. Oh, I got zoomies! Even though zoomies doesn't exactly help you as much as it could when you're using Tempest Flurry. Get in. Even when you have the meteor power, it scares the shit out of me. What is up with the freaking shrines in this one tower? Hey, look at that. We're done. Towers are such a... Like, the new map towers that they put in, I kind of feel like they're a little bit of a joke. Just because, like, that one beeline straight to the end, right? That wasn't exactly the best assessment of our build, though, because we got 3 different freaking shrines. Alright, let's take a look at the map real quick. I think I'm going to do breaches again. Just try to get the rest of the stuff over here. Breaches. We are actually headed towards the citadel is the goal here. But I think I can breach these ones over here. That's a pretty good one too. That might be a good one to test out our build on. Let's see if we have any good breach and quantity. So monster density. Where's our other set of these things? There we go. I can roll these. Monster density. I don't really care for the open and close thing. That one gives you experience though. Let's go ahead and do that. Gold. Oh, I need the other one too. Alright. Contain additional breaches. I like that. And rarity. That seems pretty good too. It's 6% chance for additional breaches. That'll compound with the actual like Atlas tree one that we have. Quantity of splinters. And rarity of items. I like that one too. I think I want to go with that one just because I want to get more splinters. How many was it though? 6? It's not like the most quantity. Okay, but give us a few. You should look into Path of Building, powerful tool for min-maxing your build your way. You can run power reports for you to figure out what the best for you wants and needs. It takes a bit to get into. I did hear about it, and I did take a look at it once upon a time. My only thing with it, at least I played with it for like maybe 10 minutes once to like do it while I was not playing the game. Is like it tells you it and tells you the breakdown of everything that you get from it, but it doesn't exactly incorporate your gear setup into it, right? So like even if you did it to find out like, oh, this is the most optimized amount I can get out of the nodes themselves, it doesn't compensate for the gear and shit that you have equipped or the effects that had, unless like there's a way to import it. But like I said, I didn't play with it enough for it. And I feel like most of that I can just screw around with in game, because like gold is infinite pretty much, and so you just sit there and like throw it around in game and then go play with it. All right, let's get another keystone. Let's go with the empty one and see what we can make with this. Okay, I'm not doing that keystone. I'm not going to test the build out with a 96% element threshold. I will pass on that one for now. Alright. That's fine. It's going to be a bigger key, so let's go... Oh, damn it. Let's go ahead and add some extra modifier to it. That should be good enough. I'm not going to corrupt it and chance it. You have to import your own gear. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I figured that there was a way that you could probably do it. You can copy from in-game directly into POB, though. Create customs in top right, Control Alt C, and then paste into POB. But yeah, it takes a bit to get into. Yeah, I've played with stuff like that a lot in the past, because I played some relatively like hardcore high end, not hardcore because it wasn't like hardcore WoW, but I played World of Warcraft at a high end for a very, very long time, and we would do the same thing. You know, there's plenty of websites that you can go into that gave you a build that allowed you to change up your talent points. You know, I'd run simulations on it to see what the best outcomes for certain things are. So like, I figured it was relatively close to the same thing. But this is also a game where the thing that I like about POE 2 versus something like World of Warcraft is that at the high end, you're playing with 20 other people, or 19 other people in Mythic anyway, and you have to min-max no matter what in order to get everybody across the finish line. And here, I can min-max any way I want, or I can just be shit, and I mean, ultimately it's me versus the game and not me dragging down 19 other players if I decide that I want to fuck off with a different type of build or something, right? So that's what intrigues me about this game the most. Where the hell is my person? Oh, right here. I'm like, I was so lost for a second. Alright, well, let's do this one. Oh, I fucking hate crypts. I hate that breaches are in crypts. Because I feel like the breach gets shot in half by crypts. Should be a relatively good key to test the build, though. If we don't just fucking die to everything. I really wish there was more things that amped up things like Grim Feast and Herald of Ash. Like, just skills you could put in the damn things. Because the only things I found that you can put in them is, like, anything that has Spirit on it, or just, like, as it's active, so on and so forth. Same thing, Overwhelming Presence. I just feel like I have so many that have, like, empty sockets just because there's nothing to fucking put in them. I feel like it's a waste. But the base abilities are really, really good. Alright, where are you at? Okay. A little scary. Found the breach already. That guy fell over. Oh, we got multiple breaches. The only thing I'm worried is since my resistances are low, I feel like there's a chance I just get tapped, right? So I'm playing scared. Oh, guy teleported. Demons. The setup I did, I have a big chunk more mana. So like my mana regen's off the chart just because my overall increase. Well, there is a shit ton of breaches in this one. Kind of cool. Kind of scary, but kind of cool. I don't know who's shooting these fucking red things, though. Yeah, that. Whatever that right there was. Kind of want to try to clear more before I run into the breaches. Switch. Another breach? Wow. I think that was a breach we actually passed once upon a time already. Hey there, I'm new to these types of game. Realized there was a huge learning curve, but I'm having fun currently playing a monk. What skill do you have equipped that grants you the explosion ability? So the fire version of that is going to be Herald of Ash. So this one right here, anytime you overkill something, a percentage of that overkill damage gets applied as an ignite to everything around it. So that's what's blowing things up. The only kind of, when I first initially was doing this, the only kind of restriction is that you need a decent chunk of strength to use it. Ignore the 191 that I have, or you need for this one, because this is the 19 version of it. But this ability does the same effect, even at a level 10. So if you don't have enough strength to do it at its max level, just get a spirit gem and use it at a level 10, and it'll still give you the ignite explosion across everything. That's what I did initially when I used it. Is I just didn't have enough strength to use a high-end version of it, which the high-end is a very small percentage increase over its baseline ability. So if you wanted to just get the ignite thing, ignite explosion on it, then Herald of Ash is great for it. We don't get a whole lot of things that do fire damage on Monk, though, if I'm being honest. Unless you use 3 Dragon's Helmet like I was previously, or Herald of Ash. I'll take it. Oh. Oh, that's terrifying. Oh, that's terrifying. We're very lucky I didn't die right there to this dude. Oh, there's 2 of them. That's why. I feel squishy. So, like, I built the build or the changes and stuff around damage. The damage feels fine, but I do still very much feel squishy. Okay, we cleared the map. Objective number 1 has been completed. Now we have breaches, which we're just gonna send them. feel like I'm not. Okay, there's the end of that. This is why breaches and a crypt suck. We just start this one too? Okay. We go. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of crypt ones.
I must maintain a fine balance.
Thank you, it looks awesome. Awesome. I'm glad I could help. And thank you. This is the first time me trying this specific build out, so I'm happy that currently it's working other than the defensive thing, which the defensive thing I was having an issue with the last build doing that as well, so I was told about a specific gym that converts one of the, I can't even remember the name of the damn thing. What is it? There's like a gym that you can put right here that converts this into something that's like mind-blowingly good. I don't know what it actually is, but they showed it to me, and then I looked it up on the trader website, and it's like a minimum 45 divine or something to buy it, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I don't even think I've collected 45 divine in total over my entire course of playing this damn game, so like, there's no chance in hell that I'm going to get that unless it just drops for me. Was that it? As far as breach stuff goes, I don't remember. I do. I'm gonna go empty my bags real quick just in case I find another breach real quick. We gotta kill the boss in this one still too.
With the work.
They have one. 9560. Okay, sure. And then I already have one of these too. I mean, this one has less strength that gets taken away, so I guess I'll keep that one.
Hello. Until next time.
Put all of this in there. And then a Waystone. Chaos Trial. Need to go run some more Chaos Trials just to get more exalted. Exalts from selling the shards. Or the soul cores, whatever. Right in there. Breach. We're almost able to do simulacrum boss for the first time. I've never done him. How do you increase the duration of the charge staff? There's a handful of ways that you can do it. There's a skill gem that I don't currently use it on the charge staff itself anyway. But there's a duration skill gem, and then there's the more charges you have, the longer duration it gets baseline. So you could have, if you have all 7 charges that are in the tree anyway, you can keep it for almost a minute. I think it's like 49 seconds. And then if you get, there's one that has duration on it. There's a skill gem that has duration on it. I thought I had it on my bell, but maybe not. currently mine, mine's only at like 35 seconds. But it's the only thing I spend charges on, so as soon as I get charges, I just kind of spam that button every once in a while. That way it just kind of never goes away. Alright. Let's see if we can find the other breach. I could have swore there was another one. I guess the boss is down this way anyway. Oh, there is. Eh. Alright, well, let's do it.
Fury unleashed!
Oh, hit the switch. Backtrack. There we go. There's a hand. That hand too. Yeah. Crypt breaches are kind of. Oh well. Let's go kill the boss. We have our Unbound. We got charges. Let's see how the build does against the boss.
Is there
Come
no
here, buddy.
limit to corruption's influence? Relentless assault!
I mean... Oh, I got a boss stinger.
The dreamer provides.
I mean, that felt okay. The biggest shock to that, though, was the fact that I'm so used to the boss, like, insta-freezing. Because I was freezing prior to this. My lightning damage froze targets, so that was a little bit of a shock right there, because that's the first boss I've fought since I did this build. I think that's it, though. Yeah, 0 monsters, map completed. We go home. Alright, so I really think it's just the resistance issue that we gotta kind of hone in on. Which, I think that I can solve that with some better boots. Double-socketed better boots would be the first step to that. Yeah. Because, like, the only thing I can straight lose out on is fire resistance right now. But fire resistance is just one ring that's carrying that right now. Like, hard. We got points. Huge.
Go on.
Tier 12 mana. 58% increased lightning damage on it? That seems pretty good too. Maybe we save that, just in case.
On with the work.
Just in case. Throw it in there, maybe we sell it. Alright, we need to get another waystone. Elemental resistances, sure. I'm not gonna amp this one up though. Not more than just selling out the mods anyway. Alright, let's go ahead and do this breach one since it's on the way that we actually need to go. Alright, real quick, was there... I'm actually curious if I want to put the rage back on there, because the rage is a global modifier, not just for the damage that we're doing it from. And when you're doing things like breaches, it was really nice to have that on there initially. So I'm wondering if that's something I should aim at again. I don't actually know how well Shock Siphon's doing. I'm not paying attention to it enough. But, like, you have to be taking damage enough to be getting your shield taken away from you that killing shock things takes it back. So I think that that's kind of the main drawback from it. It sounds good on paper. Maybe that's the one we swap out for the rage. Wrong thing. Where's the angry man at? I guess we can just put rage too. No, that ain't it. Where the hell did I put it? I don't remember the name of the damn thing. Against ignited. Yeah, I don't know where I put that. It has to be rage, though. Oh, there it is. I'm just dumb. I don't know, for whatever reason I put some of the ones that I use over here. We throw this in. Shock Siphon. Nope, we don't. So these have to stay in there. I used to have my electrocute be part of charge staff, but that was back when I could freeze stuff with lightning damage, so I could electrocute. So like if you have the 3 Dragons helmet, you can actually, since you're not shocking things with lightning damage, you're freezing things with lightning damage, you can actually freeze and electrocute things with your same lightning damage with 0 backlash on losing something, right? Because you're not losing shock because you don't shock things with that setup. So I used to be able to freeze and shock, or freeze and electrocute things with just charge staff when you put those 2 in there. But now I don't freeze things anymore. I could take the elemental damage and put it in charge staff, but I don't think I'm going to gain the value of what I'm losing from this. So if we were to take that off, yeah, we lose a crap ton. We're losing like 27,000, and that's not going to get translated over this. So I think that's staying right where it's at. Like, this was a good idea, but that's not happening. We'll put it on our basic bitch one that we don't ever press, just to keep it cozy up there. Oh, here's that one gem I was talking about, persistence. Supported skills have 40% more skill effect duration. That, if you put that on your charge staff, it would increase its duration by a good chunk.
Fury unleashed!
That is a wall. Overwhelming presence definitely gives like a, I don't know, a weird vibe to how you see things, because that's what's giving it like it's the little like kind of speed effect thing that looks like it's on mobs. It's spiritual pressure is pretty much what it is, like literally that's what it is. my spiritual pressure makes them take more damage from me. Or reduce their element threshold is actually what that is. Let's go get the breach. We'll just fight this stuff while we're fighting the breach. Did I pass the breach again? I see purple. So I can go in the wrong way. More purple. Like, that is such a great place to have a breach. Where there's no, like, sure, there's some crap in the way, but you could just, like, sit there and go around the circle. Getting stunned is a problem. There's a couple times there I got a stun hit where it, like, pushed my character back a tad. Orb. Why do you have 2 charge staff on your skill bar? I have it on my skill bar because initially when I first started using it, it was a 3 button is what I used, and now I use 4, so this one right here doesn't need to be there. I don't use that anymore. I also used to have Tempest Flurry on this one right here, so it looked like I had it twice. But having your main ability on your mouse click is actually not great, in my opinion, because when you're going to try to click on something, you'd end up pressing the ability. But also, like, if you were to try to press the ability, you needed to kill something that was right here, and you press the ability over this, it would go after it instead of doing the ability. It would kill you. So if you are doing that, I recommend taking it off. Just because I died to that several times.
No escape.
Alright, there's more breach stuff. We gotta go grab the rest of this loot. This fire scares the shit out of me. And the reason why is because, like, it does damage me, but I also create fire, right? With my ignites, my explosions, so it's hard to tell, like, what is safe and what's not. Fire in general bad. Killed ground, fine. Shock ground, fine. Fire patch ground, complete ass. this right here is the main reason I couldn't. I tried to go to Ice Strike, because Ice Strike actually, like, even if you're going fast like this with Tempest Flurry, Ice Strike actually is faster technically, or it gives you more attack speed. And so like when I put it on, it actually has more attacks per second than Tempest Flurry does. But Ice Strike also is one of the things that, like, if you're in proximity to an ad or enemies, then it jumps you to them, right? But it doesn't move you. It actually, like, if you just press it and there's nothing there to actually, like, jump to, you just stand still for the most part. You have very minimal movement, and that's I think that's the only reason why I don't really like using it all that much, because the animation on it's cool and all that, but it not allowing me to have zoomies is the only reason I think I'm not using it right now, or trying to formulate a build around Ice Strike, because I know Ice Strike is extremely popular. Also, when I was using it, it wasn't freezing anything. Like, it does really good base damage. Like, it does higher base damage than what I'm using here. Unbuffed anyway, not buffed up, but unbuffed it does more base damage. But it wasn't, like, the movement speed that you gain from Tempest Flurry, I feel like it's super valuable. Where's those, like, white and red freaking gear notifications? The divine orbs, the stellar amulets. I need that crap to drop. My item rarity is not great, and that's definitely something that I would love to be able to replace. But once again, it comes down to resistances, and my resistance issue is not great at the moment. So until I can get my resistance issues kind of sorted out, I can't swap out my ring for one that has higher resistance on it, or higher item rarity on it. Emerald. Right now I'm trying to think on the tree if there's something else I could grab that would just give me a good chunk of tankiness. Map is complete. There's a few monsters left. I don't find anything over here. They want to come from dude. Alright, yeah, we're done with this. We go home. I actually think I've gotten that bow before.
Is not on our side.
Oh, yep, I have. I lied. 157. Okay, the one I already have is just better. I think same thing's gonna be said about this one. 9 and 6, yep. We can dispose of all those. Increased cast speed is useless for me on this ring already, which kind of blows. I'll put it in our tab of this over here. Just to, actually, I'm going to start putting them in this ring tab. We might roll it and try to see if we can sell it later on. tapped out lightning damage one. We can roll it. I don't know why I did that. I should have made that one a magic before I did that. Oh well. And it's trash. For me, anyway. File it away. Level gems. We'll just keep that because we'll roll it.
Dying
Get rid of those.
not on our side.
Throw that in there. We are getting rather low on our exalted orbs because we bought that isolation. Some quantity, rarity. What is our next destination? It's a boss map? Only a boss? Let's amp it up a little bit more then. Some additional quantity, or not quantity, but pack density. Let's hope for some more simulacrum splinters. If I can die on that boss. Which is ultimately what would happen. Oh, there is already a boss.
Relentless assault!
Why you gotta do so much chaos damage? All dead ends. Okay, so this boss is somewhere near... I'm assuming this way, maybe? Right there. Only slightly terrified with all the stuff that's going on over there. I feel like our boss damage is relatively good, even though we're not freezing things. Poison bad for us though. That's a tree. Pick up those.
Relentless assault!
You know, there's there's a skill gem that ignited enemies explode on death. Like their corpses explode on death. I wonder if I put that on an ability if it would happen. The only problem with that one that I ran into last time I used it is that by the time the corpse itself actually exploded, there wasn't anything there. Maybe I don't try to do that. I just thought it'd be neat since I'm using Ignite again. I don't know what the guy that just like shot up and did that thing. I've only recently seen him. I wonder if he's like a new dude that they've added. Or if I just didn't notice his ass before. That guy wasn't dying that fast, so I had to throw a bell at him. But I'm also not regenerating my shield all that fast. Oh, I am dying to poisons. After this one, I think I need to take a moment and just kind of like look at the skill tree to squeeze out some more defensives. I don't like being that squishy on all of this.
Fury unleashed.
And like I could give up overwhelming presence, which will deduct me the 30 spirit reservation, and then just put resistance back in my chest piece. But that will not only reduces my actual energy shield, but it would reduce my evasion, which also reduces my armor. So it reduces all my global defenses. It would give me more resistances. Okay, the map's not done. And the boss is up top. Well, where is it? Figure out what we can down here, I guess. Delirious does make it a little more difficult for sure to kind of navigate this. I keep having to look at the map, and I can't play like this. I can't play with the map like straight over my character. Oh, it's this chick. Oh, fucking run. I'm gonna be honest, I probably should have died there. Because I've done that before where like her little fire beam thing, if you go behind her, it still hits you. You need to get like off to the side, and I definitely was not fully off to the side on that.
Arms for the monastery.
I guess no. I don't need to pick up any of that. And then map's completed. There's only 6 monsters remaining. We're done. Now we're done. There we go. Wouldn't let me use my portal in the boss arena even after the boss was dead. Nope. I think that's the only thing too. All of these I know for certain I have. But let's take a quick look at which one's better. At 90, 13, 25. Okay, so the one I have is better than that. And then 181, 22, 200. 42, 40, 30. this one has more base armor evasion, but this one has more of the reduced chill effect, so I guess I'll keep the one I have. And then this one I've actually used once upon a time. Or I attempted to. Just because gain 20% of your maximum life as extra maximum energy shield is actually pretty freaking strong. Especially if you're doing something like Chaos Inoculation. Like, I feel like this is pretty reasonably good for that. Because if you just pile on a lot of strength or modifiers to your HP, you gain it as energy shield as well. So like here where I'm attempting to tri-stack attributes, strength would skyrocket in value just because I get more shield per strength I had as well. Anywho, that's 28, 30, 20, 20. So the one I have is better. And then inching our way closer to that. I have run out of space again in my oh, I don't know why 4 teams in there. Alright, let's get these up for the chant shards that we're saving in the case that we get the very rare Stellar Amulet White to drop, in the hopes that we get the 1 in a billion chance to get the Giga Amulet from it. Alright, so we were talking about possibly getting rid of Overwhelming Presence, which gives us the 31 on our stats back. And then let's see what we could do. Like if we put another 2 of these in there as lightning, then we could get lightning back up to 75 as well. So if you did 2 lightnings, if you did 2 lightning and 2 frost here, actually you'd probably get back up to it, but then we'd lose out on so much defensiveness. But that's all cheap shit when it's not the 5% ones. So I guess we just try it and see how much we actually lose. So we already have 1 lightning. Accept. 71 lightning now. We're down to 15 energy shield though. And 55 evasion. And that's 55 evasion with Wind Dancer. And then we needed cold. So our resistances, other than chaos, are back up. But our shield, dude. our shield is so ass. We do get a point back from our reservation right here because we don't need that anymore. But like the shield's going down for 2 different reasons. When we lower down our baseline one, it's going down by 2 different reasons. The reason why is because the iron rune was increasing our baseline energy shield here, but then we also have this node over here that gives 1 +1 to our maximum energy shield per 12 evasion on our equipped body armor. As well as we lose spirit, which is this one that's over here. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced streamer, I'm good. Thanks for the link though, but I don't need to, I don't have any ambitions to pay for viewers or anything like that. It's going to be a very long time before I reach that, that breakpoint of having 75 concurrent. This one's on body armor too, so like that wouldn't even be worthwhile trying to attempt to get. All of this is just pure evasion. We want shield. Evasion is great to not get hit by stuff, but I feel like shield is really, really good, especially with Grim Feast. Or Meditate. Either one. Meditate mainly for bosses with intermission, and Grim Feast for clearing trash. But what else could I take? Damn it. Move the bar. Like there's a 30% increased defenses up there again. Which gave me like 100. Which would probably give me less than 100 energy shield at this point. No, it'd have to give me more. Where's the thing at? I don't know, that says it's gonna give me, I feel like that's giving me way more than it actually does. I'm gonna test it out just by taking some of this shit off real quick. Let's see. We're gonna take our attack speed ones right here. Put it back into this. Yeah. Gave me like 100. And it's because it's not 30% based off of this valued number. It's 30% based off of our base value number before all the amplifications. And I don't know what that actual number is. Which is why this shit's so damn confusing. Like right here, 30%. I wish it was just 30% of this number, right? But it's not. None of that shit works that way. It's never 30% or 50% or 60% of the number you're looking at. Lots of meta skill up here. Which I've never used that one. I did use the one that was down here. This one's a really good one for meta skill. 40% increased damage if you triggered one. Like at this point it'd be silly to go Chaos Inoculation because my HP is legitimately just more than my shield is. Would that give me a lot of tankiness when it comes to some of the crap that's owning me right now? Yes. Would it also kill me? Also yes. You know? This down here is good for evasion. It's not good for energy shield though. This one gives you flat evasion, flat energy shield, but I feel like that's not gonna... Like, it would give the flat energy shield, and then those would get amplified by all of our modifiers, but I don't feel like that's gonna give us a ton. Where's our thing at? We lost 5k damage by taking away the 3 points over here. Can increase our lightning damage even more. We really need to find a way to increase our defense though. I just don't know. I have no idea. Like, there's this one that's all the way over here. Reduces your maximum mana and gives you 40% increased maximum energy shield, which is great. Except for the fact that it's all the way to fuck over here. There has to be something I'm not seeing. That's like reasonably in reach for me to grab. Hmm. 4% of damage is taken from mana before life. So you're looking at 16% of damage getting mitigated. Plus 15 intelligence. That doesn't seem that bad, actually. I don't like having mana problems, but I don't know. That doesn't seem that bad, defensive-wise. There's a lot of crap for energy shield recharge rate. Like, I feel like if you wanted... You'd lose out on so much damage to try to amp it up as much. But, like, if you had Chaos Inoculation, a reasonable amount of shield, and then you went for, like, all of the energy shield recharge rate that goes faster. There's skills that, like, while using active ability, if you get stunned, that it doesn't stop your energy shield from charging, stuff like that. Like, you could just have your energy shield automatically recharge your now HP pool continuously. But you'd have to spend so many points on it. I saw 22 elemental resistances, and for a moment I'm like, oh wait, that's cool. And this is minion on it. I'm like, oh shit. Raw mana. Man, I don't know. Only other thing I could think of is what Chosen was doing yesterday, and get some jewels that have pure energy shield on them. And try to go with that and just get a flat percentage based off of the energy shield. Let's see, where were these things at? Small passives and skill and radius also grant 2%. Passives and radius also grant 3% increased freeze threshold. This was one that we put in the other day, but I don't freeze anymore. A faster start of your energy shield. Increase the maximum energy shield, so I wonder how much it actually increases it. Let's find out. So I think this one down here is the one that I have the most points around that would actually get eaten up in it. Maybe. Yeah, because I'm not... It has to be ones that you have points in. Which is, for me, it's mainly going to be these ones down here. That, like, did nothing. It went from 1429 to 1482. that's not the answer. At least not that specific one. Let's go over here. There you go. 20% increased maximum energy shield, 2% increased cast speed, magnitude of ignites you inflict. I do it inflict ignites. Gain 7% of maximum energy shield as additional stun threshold. Okay, let's take a look. This might not be the most optimal one, but let's take a look at what it actually gives us, right? So we're at 1429. Gets us up to 1504. Not bad. Okay, well that we could have looked at all the other ones though. Let's see. Right, there's this one, and then spell bonus. 7% increased chaos damage. Ah. I'm just gonna grab these ones because they don't have everything on them, and we'll roll them and see if they have. I mean, this one already does. Shock duration is great. Energy shield is good. Chaos damage. I don't do chaos in this build. I don't even think I have like a poison on hit or anything like that. That one's already done. So is that one. These three are not. This man on kill one. We already have a man on kill one in the tree. That one already has energy shield on it too. Alright, so what do we need? We need a real. They're like all shining. I'm wondering why they're shining. Anyway. Cold damage. 4% of damage taken recouped his life. Nada. Whole lot of nada. Alright, so let's bust out the good old-fashioned website. We'll clear this. And then we're looking for a jewel. Any jewel. Let's go ahead and ask it to be rare. Right there. And then we want maximum energy shield, right? Yep. Now we got to look at what we want in addition to it, because like the blue ones are not the greatest for the monk, right? Like in general they're not. Obviously having like energy shield and 2% mana on kill would be phenomenal, but that's going to be super freaking expensive, right? Oh, the lovely monk. Do you have the one with rage? The gym with rage? I used to have a gym that had one attack or one rage per attack. I do not currently have it equipped. I did also have the rage skill that just hitting shit gives you 3 rage per hit on the skill. That one I might find a way to actually incorporate back in there. Currently, the only way I get rage is from my bell. Being in my bell has Font of Rage on it. Three green and 1 red for your passive tree. What do you mean by 3 green and 1 red? If you're talking about a gem for the tree, I used to have the red, a red one that had rage on it. Currently, I'm trying to increase my defensive tankiness, which kind of requires me to find ways, and the only way I can find at the moment is for me to get some of my gems, better gems. Fire resistance. Meta skill. Not that we're using a meta skill at the moment. Increase magnitude of ignites. We are igniting. I mean, that one seems pretty damn good, right? I'm gonna direct whisper this guy anyway. I don't have very many exalts to do this. I need to just go run some chaos trial if I'm being honest. Let's see if this guy answers. Freeze build up with quarterstaffs. Shield duration on enemies. Like, this is an overall a relatively good gem. %2 life on kill. Chance to ignite. Spell damage. %12 increased duration of ailments on them. Magnitude of ignites you inflict, and 20. Do I have enough for... Yeah, I do. Let's see if this guy answers. I'm currently in 88 with 6.5k energy, and I'm an absolute tank. That's... my damage
Charge
is not the
complete.
problem right now, and I keep feeling like I think that I'm focusing too much on my damage and not enough on being tanky, if I'm being honest. Like, a portion of my build's trying to try out the tri-stat build, but then also, like, I was way tankier prior to trying the tri-stat build out. It requires so much for you to go down the tree to get the tri-stat build shit with the jack of all trades and whatnot, that I am just not as tanky as I want to be. One of you answer me. Is it, do you have 6.5k energy shield with, like, Grim Feast on, or just, like, unbuffed? Buffed up? Yeah. So doubled it. It's doubled up. I would say, because unbuffed, like, what the hell did you grab? You know? Like, granted, you can just have straight energy gear on. Especially, like, I actually think just straight energy gear might be the play for going Chaos Inoculation, to a point, anyway. Evasion's great, but you could just have pure energy, right? And my Eye Strike is over 100k? I mean, that's great then. Answer me, damn it. One of the two of you. If they don't answer in a second, I'm gonna go do a chaos trial anyway, because I need more exalted orbs. I'm very low on exalts. Like, I like the ability. We do have 10 spirit we can spend, so maybe we do that. Let's go to skills. Skilled gems, anyway. And then we'll put buff. We can put our precision back on. I think that's kind of it with 13. I'm not going to put the reserves point back in there. I could. If I put the reserve one in there, though, that's just life regeneration. Not that that's bad. I think we just put this in there for now, though. Put it back in combat frenzy. I have an ability spot open again. $75 on all resists. I'm pretty close to 75 on all resist. Like, I've had way more than 75 all resist on it before, and I've been more tanky. It's just currently my build is lacking in just the baseline defensiveness for it. I'm just gonna exit out of those for now, and then I need to spend my passives. I'll join you if that's cool. I don't mind. I don't know how to tell you what my tag is. But my character name is Z-Sage, so if you want to add me. Chaos Trial is not that bad of a thing to like duo in because the gear is separate at the end, so it's not like a thing that really matters.
I'll be here.
We wanted to spend the points. But what do we spend the points on? I remember trying this one once in the past, and like when I tried it, it just killed me. It just straight killed me. It is an interesting thing though, to take this without taking Chaos Inoculation, so your health will regenerate, but like you can pot yourself into your shield. Alright, I'll add you once I figure out these passive things. But Soul, if you have all that extra whatchamacallit, if you have all that extra energy shield, like what specific passive nodes are you taking to gain that much energy shield, or do you just have it off of your gear plus some of the regular ones, right? Because that's currently what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to sacrifice a little bit of damage to gain more tankiness, and I feel like I'm failing in that regard. Because I could just amp up, like I could take these 12s, I could just go straight to the 12s for all these ones. It's not gonna get me all the way up there to this one over here. Well, of course gear and tree, but is there any like big node that's helping you out? I'm just trying to, like, obviously there's the tree is so damn massive. Patient barrier. Which one's that one? Is that the one up here? Okay, I have that one. Any other big notable? I mean, that's a relatively big freaking notable. You know what we could do for the meantime, and that I think might actually help with getting some additional percentage, is go back to our... So this one had maximum energy shield. And this one did too. Oh, so it's... This is only a percentage of what we actually have, though. I believe that's actually how that works, so... It's of our maximum, which is the number, so it is just 20% of that number. So it gives us 200. It's supposed to... I mean, I think that's bullshit, too.
Speak.
But let's see. So if I grab, like, this additional socket...
Let's try some.
And I put 20 in it. Yeah, see, there's no way that that gives you 20% of the overall. Because it would have given me 285 energy. And it obviously does not. But I also could put this one down here. And put that in there, which gives us a little bit more. I'm buffed. I'm at 3171. Yeah, I was just trying to see if there's any big notables that you might be taking that I could snag, right? Because, like, I know there's another big one over here, melding, that gives you 40, but I can't get all the way over there. I was over here at one point. Because I was taking a lot of these elemental nodes with the different build, actually close to my leveling build. And then over here, there's a lot of crit chance that I took. So it wasn't like that far away. So at one point, I did have it. And like both sides of it's not bad. It's just so hard to get all the way over there just for these nodes. But all of these nodes are really good for just defensive stuff in general. Left side over here gives you a little bit of like double dipping, but it's less than the right side. I feel like this isn't giving me all that much anymore though, if I were to take it away. .44 cc, 505 CD. I don't know what you mean by that. Man, where do I freaking put this stuff for the time being? I think I'm just gonna apply. Gives me a little bit more right there. We've gone up to 1647. Oh, for yours? I'm not running a crit build anymore. One point I did.
Different.
I am not currently. I was creating a curse build as well. Or a debuff build. Not that I think I need it for a chaos trial. But since I have the open spot, I guess we can try it. Then put it on 6.
Unable.
Interesting. Alright, let me see. Alright, I'm gonna head to the Chaos Trial. We'll knock it out.
A loyal but unwitting servant seeks answers.
Alright, going in. You should be able to enter it as well. Shouldn't require you to... Or I think it might require you to put a thing in too, though. There we
Who
go.
wins is barely a reputable streak.
We're gonna go with the buff one, because this one's ass.
Cannot outrun time. Your challenge awaits. Prove yourself. Fury unleashed!
We're gonna have to divide and conquer here, because we're both going on the same area. We're gonna step on each other's toes a little bit. Which I don't mind. All done. I'm gonna wait for you to jump up on this. I always wanted to buy a pet or some cosmetics, but damn, the cosmetics and stuff in this game are expensive as shit. That stuff is so expensive.
Don't give up so early.
Well, both of those are ass, so reduce recharge.
Beats more slowly.
And you don't have an AA? I don't know what that is. Try Eternal Youth and Chaos. I can't do Chaos Inoculation. I don't have enough fucking shield. I don't have enough shield for it, and the bigger problem is with Chaos Inoculation. Chaos Inoculation, my mana pot will kill me. I have to get a new mana pot. My mana pot sacrifices a portion of my life, and I suicided myself twice while trying to use inoculation. Oh, I thought you clicked on it.
Try not to die.
I always wish that this was like a gong that you could just sit here and like click on and make the things go faster. I'll just spawn all the waves instantly. I tried Ice Strike earlier with the build that I was running, and I like the zoomies. It's hard not to have zoomies. Oh. My bad. You're gonna have to hit the switch down there in order to come back up here.
Don't give up so early.
All bad. Not the fan of the release, like it reduces the reach of our charge staff, but
Escort the idol.
it ain't the worst. Aw, damn. This time I got left up. While you kill that, I'm gonna bring this little sucker with us. Oh, that's something else. My music is over. I'll restart that up. I'll use my my handed Cholula thing. That was the first time me ever using that thing. Granted, it did nothing, but I never used it before, so. It does let me teleport, kind of.
This is just a warm-up.
I think either one of these is going to do double damage to us. The heart tether isn't that bad,
Slow down.
but it's going to send out 2 hearts since we're doing this as a duo. You're fighting the Chimera. I'm going to wait for you right here until we get around the corner, because then he just falls. He's going to spawn over here. He always spawns in the same exact location. He's going to spawn over here. Okay, that's slightly terrifying. I can't freeze him anymore, so that's a little worse. I'm not gonna lie. That was not the best showing. Got him electrocuted. I need more electrocution build up apparently. Like normally, at least with the previous build I had, like that guy'd be frozen the moment he landed. And my electrocution is just not as strong as the freeze was.
Understandable. If you're a little tired.
Oh well, we're going with double tethers.
Straight to the heart of the matter. Survive.
Relentless assault!
It's like the 4 points I put in my defensive set, I could have put into more electrocution buildup for sure. But then I still once again have the same issue where I don't have enough to tank it. One shot range is not the greatest thing.
I've completed unrelenting and unyielding determination.
That's the most easiest one to take. You just can't be slowed.
Seek out the cores.
Slowed or stunned anyway. But they can still be frozen, electrocuted, and all that good stuff.
Fury unleashed.
Gotta slam the switch. And then we gotta go back up. Gotta put this down before it does too much damage to me. And back up we go. Oh, come back, come back, come back, come back, come back. Alright. The other... Well, there's soul core right there next to you, but don't pick it up until, like, I can put the thing back. Give me a second and I'll hit the switch downstairs that lets you come back up. After I put this soul core down. Alright, you can grab it if you want. And Dunzo. We're all done. Over here now. Pass sec.
What? Expecting praise?
These all suck. The guy's laser beam. All of these are ass. So I guess we're gonna go with this one because it's the least ass of the bunch.
Arteries constrict.
But our mana regeneration is gonna take a hit here.
Chaos will bring you to your
Fury unleashed.
There we go. Easy peasy. You can pick up any of that if you want it.
Understandable. If you're a little tired.
We're gonna go with the toxic monsters. You're running chaos inoculation, so that literally does nothing to you. It will to me if I get hit, but we'll be fine.
Try not to die.
My mana.
Need more mana.
Took you long enough.
Last one for sure.
For the thirsty. Escort the island.
Ah, damn it, I didn't wait for you, my bad. Oh, okay, it ported you down. Cool. If you want to go ahead again, I'll stay with this thing. If you want to go kill stuff.
Not many make it this far, mortal.
We're gonna do physical tracking fucking orb thing, so don't get stunned by your, fucking, what is it? Ah, damn it. It's a boss arena, so I'll wait for you. I believe the thing is up there. Yeah, it's behind you. To get it back up. I'll use my hand of Cholula to debuff him, so maybe we can freeze him relatively quick. That is the aim, anyway.
I'm unable to be fooled. Fury unleashed.
Easy. Got a right side again, dude. I've gotten a billion of these fucking right side ones. Pick it up, damn it. You should have your loot independent too if you click on. Yeah, there you go. Huge. I'll throw this in the door, but I still can't do the door. Okay, we got an attack speed one. That's pretty decent. The other ones are kind of meh. Alright, well that is it for that Chaos Trial. I'm gonna go sell these back in town. Actually, I think I'm gonna... Let's see if it, if the Chaos Trial actually lets me go back to base. Thanks for tagging along for that, though. Have you ever done the Chaos Trial before? I didn't even ask. I just assumed. It did let me come back to my base.
What is it?
Corrupted gear is generally ass. No, I hadn't. I had just been mapping for levels. Oh, cool. Well, congrats. That's obviously the general scheme of that whole thing. If I would have known that, I would have went over like the buffs that we took and why we kind of took them a little bit more. But once you do the Chaos Trial a handful of times, like, it's really obvious which ones you just do not take. Mainly the Stalker one. You don't do the Stalker one ever because it's like a Stalker that comes around and melee hits you, and if he hits you 7 times and Trial's over. And then any of the ones that have like petrifying totems or fire totems or lightning totems, like, fuck all those ones. They're not worth it. But yeah, no problem. It was the easy run.
Go on.
I realize the deficiency I have, though, for sure. I need to increase my if electrocution is going to be my main immobilizing effect, I need to increase the effectiveness of it, because like I said before, I would be able to just straight freeze a boss before they went anywhere, and that allowed me to kill them practically instantly, right?
Hello there.
Okay, I want Exalted Orbs. I have all these things. So it's for 12. As well. I think our last one should be a little bit more. Wow. When I said a little bit more, I thought it would be more than just one more Exalt. Lame. Alright, but we did get at least a few more, because we were hard lacking.
Speak. I must.
Okay. So let's take a look. So we have 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right here for lightning. 2, 3, 4. This one does give us skill speed. It gives us lightning damage as well, just not nearly as much as over here. We do lose a little bit of lightning damage, but we gain skill speed at the end and electrocution buildup. There is also the one that's down here, which is electrocution buildup, but it's like pure electrocution buildup. There's no damage gained, except for the 20% increased damage taken. But they take, overall, they take 20% increased damage. So I think that this might actually be better than this one down here. Possibly. Fuck if I actually know, though. I don't know. Let's test out and see how much damage we actually lose to do this. So we're at 135 right now. If we take it all away completely, we do lose some pretty chunky amount of damage there. So we lose about, what, 16,000 damage? If we go over here, this one's giving us skill speed. 18. Only gives 4K back. Enemies you electrocute have 20% increased damage taken. I'm also shocking them, so I get the shock magnification on top of this 20% if I had it. I'm wondering if I got the circle that hit these ones, if it would hit this one too. That jewel, anyway. But I don't have the resistances to fight against it, if I'm being honest. Where would I get the points? Man, I just have no idea. I have no idea what I should grab from to try to go over there. We can just see how the build works with this, but we are losing a good chunk of damage. I can put this one in there, just gain 12 additional. That puts us at 120. So 40% increased electrocution buildup.
Meditate.
So that's it's also something that's hard to like test unless you just straight fight a boss, right? Like I can see if things are getting electrocuted more often, more frequently by the ability, but it's something I want to be able to see until like you actually just fight something. It takes so long once you get over 85 to level up. Yes, it does. It's because every time you die, supposedly you lose like 10% of your XP that you've gained. So death is super bad. That's probably one of the reasons why I'm stuck here at 92 is I keep dying. So stay tanky is, I guess, my recommendation. Stay as tanky as humanly possible. I'm gonna swap these just for visual appearances on that. Handed Cholula, like, I don't mind it, but it's one of those things where it's like, okay, now you have additional setup that you have to do on this. I'm not fast, but I will survive. Yep, that's kind of like the give and take thing. Once you start grinding out maps and breaches, like breaches mainly. Breaches is why I wanted to be fast. I wanted to be fast so I could do breaches well. And you could take Flicker, and Flicker could be your way to get around breaches, but Flicker is a risk. Because you could Flicker straight into a mob pack that didn't die from Flicker, and then you're just like, okay, well, I'm just going to be dead now, you know? But I wanted a way to be faster at mapping while doing consistent damage. But also, like I said, I was using 3 Dragons helmet, and 3 Dragons helmet works really well when you're doing lightning as your base damage instead of ice. So Tempest Flurry works really well with 3 Dragons, because if you used Ice Strike with 3 Dragons, your Ice Strike would do ignite damage, and that doesn't like help you build charges or anything, right? So you'd be stuck in that kind of like, okay, well, I can do a lot of fire ignite damage and build up a lot of ignite across things, but I can't just straight free immobilize targets. What's the best way to get divines? Sell shit. If I'm being honest, that's the only way I've gotten divines to buy stuff, is by selling stuff that I got. Stuff that I got to drop. I've gotten a handful of divines to fall from maps, but I have crappy amount of item rarity. Mine's only 66 baseline. Everybody's saying that you should have minimum, like, the goal is to have 100. There's some people who are like, oh, 300, 400, and it's like, I don't know about getting that high. Most people say the sweet spot is just getting 100. 100 baseline, and then whatever you get on your keys and stuff is just Gucci after that, and then you get divines. You don't get them very often, though. Like, I only have 3 right now. I was actually kind of upset. Apparently, my game was on after I finished streaming the other day. My game was still on, And I didn't know that, and I left. I put one of our buddies up on their Twitch and just kind of lurked on it. But somebody wanted to buy this jewel from me, and they whispered me like 6 times, but I wasn't there to sell it to them. And when I whispered them back, they never answered, so unfortunate. That one's not bad. Mana regeneration rate on top of it. And I can actually add something else to it. Cold damage. Of course it has to be cold damage when I'm not doing cold shit anymore. Bummer. Could have been so good. Yeah. Life on kill, minion damage. Like this one would be good if it rolled elemental damage. Like that's not a bad one, but it'd be better if it rolled the freaking energy shield percentage thing we're looking for. It's not a bad gem. There's a lot of these that apparently I didn't finish like rolling, because like that has 3 on it, 4, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2. Alright, now we take a look. Magnitude of Ignite. As additional stun threshold. Like, it's not bad, but not what we're looking for. Mana. Recover 1 mana on kill. That's actually not bad. Elemental damage. Throw that over there. Ignite Curse. 18 maximum energy shield. Okay, we got one. Critical hit chance, cold damage. Minions have chaos resistance. That kind of sucks. Increase magnitude of shock and elemental damage on this. To inflict elements. 3 of the 4 of these are really good. If I could just get the energy shield, because the only reason why I want the blue one is for that energy shield mainly. Oh damn, we could chance orb it. I mean, that's not bad either. It's not exactly what we're looking for. So that was elemental and shock on it, and now it doesn't. It still has magnitude of shock on it, and damage recouped. Like if we get the damage recouped as life, the shock, and energy shield on it, like that would be pretty big. Curse, shock duration, and now magnitude of shock. I don't know how much of this I should spend, because like these ones. So if you're trying to get divines, like chaos orbs are the best way to buy divines, because you need 47 of them to get it.
How can I help?
Through the currency exchange. So I want divine orbs. I have chaos orbs. Make sure that that's down to 1. Okay, so it's 50 chaos orbs for 1 divine right now. Versus the alternative of exalted orbs, which is just fucking absurd. 274 for 1. Like that's a pretty big chunk. like when I bought a couple of them this way. When I bought a couple of them this way, it was like 140 or something at the time. I just got a mirror? You got a mirror? No way. That's huge. That's crazy. Like that right there, if you sell it, like you instantly, like you could probably sell that for a ton, right?
How can I help?
Like on Currency Exchange, if you have a mirror, that's monstrous. I don't even know where the hell it's at. Oh, down here. Yeah, see, like you can get 691 divine for a mirror. Which is what I would recommend, is selling your mirror, but that's all on you. Like, mirror is obviously massive. I'm just joking, bro. I loaded up every map in Wish. Oh. Man, I don't know. I don't know what you have to do in order to actually get one of these fucking mirrors to drop. I've never seen one. I know it's the highest level of currency in the game. But, I don't know. But, like, if you randomly got one of these fucking things to drop, oh my god, you know? Sell it for 691 divine. Because, like, using a mirror would only be good if you had a Gigabyss freaking item. Both of us, I don't think, are at that point where we have Gigabyss anything. And, like, this right here would be monstrous, right? So I would take the 691 divine for sure. Yep, have any build you want. Yep, you could just fully max out any build you want if you got one freaking mirror to drop. Which would be huge. 18. Okay, so this is still 18. The one we put over here was 20. And then this one was 12, but that has 2% mana. What was this one right here? It was 14. This one right here will swap out with that for sure. Maximum energy shield, and then it also gives us crit chance, which are the only useful ones out of that. But man, if I could, I wish you could get like attack speed. Attack speed and or not evasion rating, because obviously evasion rating you can't get, but attack speed and energy shield. If you could get that, that'd be massive. Getting resistances off of the jewels would be huge too. If I could get any resistances off, because I want to get rid of this damn ring. If I could get rid of this damn ring and put a damage amped up one with some stats on it, like that'd be massive. Which is really what I want to spend my next, like, batch of divines on. Throw that in there. Oh, shit. Oh, let's just... We're almost to the Citadel. Let's just keep going. Ailment Threshold. I can put this down here with these other ass ones. Ailment Threshold is a very bad thing for us, in my opinion. Alright. What's our next one that we gotta do? Just a swamp. Damn, I keep yawning. My eyes are getting watery too. It's like I don't want to go to bed, but my body's telling me you might need to go to bed. I can't hear you. What? No. The grind must commence. You always do this. You should start playing your freaking mage or sorc. Stop playing your FPS and get through it, dude. For those of you who can't hear what's going on, my brother is being a bitch. I mean, he has POE and he paid for it, but he doesn't play it all that often, so I keep trying to get him to play it more often. I mean, that one got electrocuted relatively fast. I was like, why do you have a flashlight out? Harold is ashy. Putting in the work. You can just see it. It is cool. I'm a fan. Mr. Divine Orb. Let's speak it into existence. The awesomest Divine Orb on this round. We have a good amount of increased item rarity. We got an Order of Annulment. Not that I ever use those. Why is it so far away? Okay, there's a way up here. Oh la nada. Unfortunate. Okay, let's just go to next.
Speak. Speak.
Let's take a look at what ours has on it. Nope, that's the wrong tab. This one. Oh, I definitely had these in the past, so maybe I got rid of them before I got the collection tab. I'm gonna alchemy it. I always forget that I can do that. Let's take that one and go next. Can I click on this? Is there one in the middle here somewhere? Nope, doesn't look like it. Looks like I have to go to this one over here, decay. That's not a good start to this.
Fury unleashed! Not yet.
Dead end. Something is not helping me get energy shielded. Maybe I do need to put Shock Tyson back on. Butt's falling asleep. Oh, it's all tingly and shit. Oh, what is killing me? I also need to use my Unbound more often. Like, I generally only save Unbound for the boss, and then I don't use it for anything else. And, like, Unbound really just lets you annihilate almost everything. That was very technical. I need like a good way to farm the Stellar Amulet, the white one. Just so I can roll it, because spending the amount of absorbent money that people
Speak.
are for just buying the white one is nuts. Sure. Oh, let's go check it.
Next time.
65, 71, and 4.5. Okay. This one is better.
Until next time.
20 rarity. A maxed out implicit. Nice. I'm just gonna throw it in the amulet section for now, though. I mean, we're getting closer in range of this. The Citadel would be a good test of their build too, and maybe that's where like we work our way to get there for the night, and then that's where we end it. Although if we got all the way there and then we ended on a bad note because we died something stupid, because that has happened in the past. That'd be disappointing, right? Where's all of that? Feel the fatigue. I'm not gonna buff up this. Just gonna hit it the way it's intended.
Fury unleashed!
Lame. Maybe we don't make the Citadel. At this point, I'm like zoning out while I'm doing this. Maybe we get close to the Citadel and then start with some trials or something tomorrow, and then go into the Citadel afterwards. That way we get a little bit of refresher into the game. Oh.
No escape!
Fire there.
Arms for the monastery. Need more mana.
More mana. Let's go kill this bird. Get out of
No
here.
escape!
That's all she wrote. Alright. I think that is all done for that key. It still says that there's more than 50 monsters remaining in here, but
Speed.
nothing to
On
E.
with the work.
Waystone. Tablet. 14. And the jewel. How close we are. Looks at least 1, 2, and then in. Is possible. Alright, but I think that is where I'm going to call the stream for the day. I am passing out. I do appreciate everybody jumping by. Soul, if you're still there, thank you very much for dropping by and you know, coming and hanging out. I'm game to do more of this later on as well. Next time, if you ever see me on, just, you know, let me know. I have you on the friends list inside the game, so you'll see me on, so on and so forth. Everybody else that's watching, thank you guys for watching. Lurking and all that kind of stuff does help still. Obviously, following the channel and stuff helps with us keep the motivating rolling to keep this stuff going. I've had a couple of very generous individuals over this last month, so I want to appreciate everybody. And thank you guys. So I'll see you guys later on today now, and we'll continue the grind then. Good night. Peace.